Hi Flosstube, it's Stephanie with Kate's Crafts, and I'm coming back to you with a mid-August, or I guess late August update. It's been about 3 weeks since my last video, and this is actually my 1 year Flosstube anniversary. Uh, I filmed my first video on my kids' first day of school last year, and today here we are back at first day of school. So um, yeah, I can't believe it's been a year, but I can't tell you how many new friends I've made in this community, and it's really exciting to think that I've been doing this for a year. So, if this is your first time finding my channel, welcome. This is my little corner of the world where I like to talk about cross stitch, and maybe someday here I'll get back to diamond painting or other crafts, but right now it's just cross stitch. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. It's good to see you again. And yeah, end of summer already. I mean, is it just me or 2020 couldn't go fast enough? And now 2021 is like evaporating. I just, every month it seems a little bit faster and faster and faster. So, um, I don't have a ton of updates for you because it's been 3 weeks since, like I said, end of July was my last one with my August plans. Today is August 23rd. And one of the weeks I was down on a business trip and I took stitching with me and I didn't stitch one single bit. That is what it is. It ended up having a lot of like client dinners or evening activities that didn't involve me being in the hotel. And that is just sometimes how those trips go. But uh, my piece that I take is my ink circles one. It's very small, one color. It's not like I lugged a bunch of stuff around. So it's okay. It's okay. But I do have 3 WIP updates to show you, and I want to talk a little bit more about plans and a little bit of haul. So let's dive in. Um, for WIP Go for August, I had 2 of my full coverage pieces got called, my Harry Potter book covers and my mini white magnolia by Hade. It's a Heaven and Earth design, so I'll show that one first. I did not get a ton done. Uh, my goal for WIP Go is 2,000 stitches, and on my Harry Potter, I reached my goal, but on this mini white magnolia, I did not. And that'll kind of tie in with plans. But my mini white magnolia is on my WIP Go 4 times, and this is the first time it's been called. So I have 8,000 stitches planned on this for the rest of the year, and I got about 1,000 done. So let me pull up here. This is what the pattern will look like, and I am so far only up in the right corner. You can see my baby Grogu needle minder from Fangirl Fibers, Baby Yoda. And so I worked in basically the stuff outside of page 1. I kept kind of working in some of my parked threads and then added some new ones. It's not a ton of progress, like I said, about 1,000 stitches, but I really do like this, and I like the way it's turning out. This is being stitched on 25 count Lugana Easy Grid from Charting Creations, and as I said, the chart is by Heaven and Earth Designs with original artwork by Marianne Broom. So this will definitely be out. And I don't know how much I'll come back to it in September and even October, but I have a feeling that will be a really big focus for November and December. And I'll get to that in plans. The second piece that got called was my Harry Potter book covers. And my Harry Potter book covers is by Fox and Teacup Designs. Yeah, let me show you the cover art for that. So it's all 7, sorry about the glare. It's all 7 Harry Potter book covers kind of pieced together to spell out Harry Potter. I am doing the US book covers max size, max color, and I am doing the unnamed version because I don't need to have that author's name on my cross stitching. So I really do love this. And if you remember, I was doing it in cross stitching it down in the columns for the books because then I figured I wouldn't have page lines. and that's great. It was working pretty well. I got down here on book one, probably about 2/3 of the way done. And then I put this on scroll rods about a month or two ago. Roll this back up. And because of the way the scroll frame then works, it's not too hard to go across when I have that kind of all rolled up. So you can see I've gone into book 2, 3, and 4. And I did complete about 2,400 stitches on this, going across with those 3 books. And again, I love how this is turning out. This is also on 25 count Lugana Easy Grid from Charting Creations. And this one is, both of the pieces I just showed you are 2/1 10th stitch. So I'm only doing the half stitch, but honestly, you can't even really tell. So those are my Whip Go updates. You know, I always have those 2 pieces. Most of the pieces that I had that are smaller have been culled, and most of my full coverage have been still remain. So my last quarter of the year, or last third of the year, is probably gonna be pretty heavy with Go with because they're all pretty much 1 or 2,000 stitches for the month. It's not insurmountable. It's just, you know, I actually think it might not be bad because come fall and winter, I'm inside more. So having time to stitch on bigger pieces will be probably easier. My third whip my third whip for this month, whip work in progress, is my focus piece for this year. It's my 21,000 stitches in 2021 for full coverage Fanatics. It's also my focus piece for Semi-Sane Stitchers for the last, for 8 months. This is even into August now. And this is my Floral Bird of Paradise. And normally I have this on a bigger frame, but I was doing some work downstairs on the couch watching movies with the kids, and I put it on my smaller Q-snap so I could kind of cuddle up on the couch. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know that this right up here, this is all full stitched in 3865 and 3770. You kind of see where I've been filling in. So all of this in here, and down here has been filled in. And then I basically was at like this point with these 2 leaves last time you saw this. So I filled in all of this down here. So that was my progress through the end of July and then into August. And there's another stem that's going to continue this way. But I can tell you right now that stem is seriously like pure confetti. It's every possible green, yellow, brown combo of like those earthy yellows and browns of that are in the like kind of, I don't know, a greenish hue. You can kind of see the colors here. It carries down. It's like 2 stitches of each color. I'll show a preview of that here too so you can see. And not only is that my focus piece every month for Semi-Sane Stitchers, but that's also going to play a lot into plans for the next couple months. So you can see I'm in this upper, I'm in the upper corner here, and you can see, so those are the 2 leaves that I have there, and there's that one little strand that's going to come down. I am so close to getting to this orange. It's not funny, and I'm kind of holding myself as like a treat to get to orange because I need to slog through the rest of this green and cream. I still haven't decided if I'm going to go across or down, but either way, I'll get to orange. And I did this corner last because purple is my favorite color, and that gives me something extremely pleasant to work for. And I will hopefully be done with the bulk of this cream. I'll just have that down, this piece down here. And hopefully that'll make it all, you know, tolerable. It's going to be gorgeous. I love the way it looks. It's hard, right? It's hard to stitch white on white. This is an 18 count Aida. The finished piece is going to be 25 inches by 25 inches. It's a 400 stitches square chart, 400 by 400. And I am stitching this 2/1 full cross on, like I said, 18 count Aida. This Aida is just from Michaels. And it is honestly like the softest Aida. I love it. And I got this right. I started this like Memorial Day last year. And I swear the Michael's Ada is not this soft anymore. I don't know if they changed during the pandemic or what, but I love this. So, and you can kind of see here, see all those open bits there? Those aren't like one color. That's probably like another 20 colors that are all like confetti in there too. So I'm getting into some really confetti heavy sections, which obviously slows me down stitching wise. Um, but it's okay. I still love it. And it just, when I need something that I want to say that I don't need to focus on as much, I work on the cream. Like if I'm on a Zoom or a meetup, like with a Black Needle Society, they had their monthly meetup this past Saturday night. And if you haven't checked out Black Needle Society, you should. It's a really fun group. And they do once a month on Facebook in the rooms that you can go on and everybody kind of stitches together and it's super fun. So yeah, so that's my Floral Bird of Paradise. This is my other HAID. I have 2 HAIDs in progress right now. Um, so that's it for whips. I feel like I didn't get much done. That's okay. I mean, a couple thousand stitches here and there is nothing to sneeze at. But with events and everything with life and getting ready for back to school and traveling for work, yeah, I didn't get as much stitching in as I wanted, but that's okay. I still love stitching, and I'm not losing my stitchy bug at all. And I'm looking forward to getting back into the routine of school and all of the things that go with that and being able to plan more for my stitchy time. So with that, I'll talk about plans. So going forward, starting September 1st, I know Michelle Bendy, Stitchy, Erin Two Martini Stitcher, and Resist Stitch are kind of coordinating this effort. But I am going to be joining in, and it is 100 hours to support MMIW, the Murdered and Missing Indigenous Women, um, dealing with domestic violence and the atrocities that are happening right here in our country, and trying to raise money for a really good cause. So I am going to be a part of that. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. The goal is to stitch 100 hours on one piece and starting September for the month of September and October. And I am going to do that on my Floral Bird of Paradise. On that project, I typically average roughly 200 stitches an hour. If I have a huge confetti area, maybe 150. But even if I assume 150, if I do 100 hours, that's another 15,000 stitches. That total piece is 202,000, and I am just under 20,000 stitches right now. So the fact that I could double what I almost have, or even come close to that, in 2 months' time would be amazing. So not only does it allow me to put focus on a project that I really want to make progress on, it goes for a really good cause. So again, if you're not able to join for 100 hours and you would like to contribute, I don't have my page set up yet. I am working on that probably later today or tomorrow, but I will update the description down below to put my link. So if you would like to donate to help my effort to raise money, that would be fantastic. Anything that you can donate would be fine. Even a small amount, no big deal. Every little bit helps. But if you also want to sponsor, so much per hour and all that kind of stuff, you can do that too. So thank you to Erin and Michelle and Alicia for setting that up. I think that is, it's a really good cause, and I think it's a really good way for stitchers to come together. And I'm sure we're going to have hashtags on it, and you'll be able to see everybody's progress. And like I said, I think it's going to be pretty amazing to see what happens in the next 2 months. So I know Michelle is doing 100 hours on various samplers, and I think Erin is doing her one of her full coverage pieces. I think it's Farewell to Anger is what she picked. Not sure. And we'll see what other folks pick too. I'm interested to see what other people are doing. So again, I will continue to talk about that for the next 2 months, but please check out the link I'll post below within the next day or so. Okay. And so that's really it for plans. September numbers for WIPCO have not been called yet, but we'll see. I'm guessing it'll be full coverage because, like I said, I only have a well, I should say, I have 3 squares that have been called that I've already finished. So honestly, I won't be heartbroken if that happens in September, October, so I can focus more on my other piece. But if not, I will at least move to get a couple, at least somewhat towards my goal. Otherwise, I plan to be fairly monogamous on um, my 100-hour piece. I do also want to circle back on my Stitchonomy Halloween sale. If you remember last year, if you go back probably like Flosstube 3 or 4, maybe even 2, I found a coffin tray at Joann's, and I had started the frame. The Stitchonomy sale, they do a daily, a little, it's probably like 20 by 20 or 25 by 25, and you kind of fill in like a little calendar block. Um, they're doing it again this year. I don't think it's too late to sign up because once they close the doors on the Facebook group, it's closed, and then you can just buy the pattern the next year. But I think you can still sign up. That one should be starting here, I want to say like September 9th, maybe. And then they release a new pattern, I want to say every like couple days or maybe because it's not once a week. But it gets you to basically right before Halloween. I think the last one's released the week before Halloween. So I stitched the frame last year, but I didn't fill in all the squares. So I need to do that. And I'm hoping that some of this year's, I want to see some of this year's images. Definitely won't be finished for Halloween this year. Won't be FFO'd for sure, but hopefully I can collect enough of the images and then also work on that maybe in October if my 100-hour project's going well, and then maybe carry into November so I can keep momentum on that. I tried to do the Dark 13 thing, and it just pulling a piece out once a month for that kind of stuff just really hasn't worked for me. Same thing with the like Merry 25 stitching on Christmas on the 25th. I magically thought that was going to happen. No, especially with it changing days of the week every month. Inevitably, I had something going on, didn't get to it, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's kind of where that's at for plans. Um, I did get a little bit of haul, and I think I've got some fabric because I need fabric. I was able to participate in 2 Friday fight nights since the last time I saw you guys. I picked up those are with Brandy from Bestitch Me. I picked up 2 pieces of Stonehenge. This is a 46 count linen, which I haven't done 46 count yet, so that's interesting. And then this is a 22 count Ada. Well, I guess it's technically Hardanger, but she puts it in the Ada category. Um, on the modeling on these is really pretty. It's a really good basic gray. I'm sure I don't have projects slated for these today, but you can't go wrong with gray. So I also picked up a piece of 25 count Lugana in Coffee Club. I think that's really pretty. Um, I also don't know what I'm putting on this one just yet, but I wanted a piece of Coffee Club. I think there were a couple patterns on my wish list that use a color similar to this, and I have their 36 count um, country mocha, vintage country mocha, but this one is 25 count, and I'll stitch 1/1 on 25, so just depending on what size I want will matter, but this is just a little bit darker than that. But I really like that colorway. And then the other Friday night fight night, I was kind of boring, but I really love this color, and it's called Not Another Sampler. I mean, how can you go wrong with this, right? It's pretty much everything. So I got that in a 40 count linen, a 40 count even weave, a 36 count linen, and a 22 count Ada. But I stitched a number of things on this for Christmas smalls last year. I know I can use this for Christmas ornaments. I also got, I have some patterns that I bought when I went to Stitches and things, so I have some things to be kitted up. So I also want to do a bunch more of the Quirky Quakers from Darling and Whimsy, and I have my eye on some of the Expo charts. So I'm sure I will be able to find patterns to use for these. It's just gorgeous. I want to say they're not neutral, but they're good basic colors. Nothing too crazy. All right. One of the other charts, I did not have a Blackbird design chart, and I had seen Erin, Two Martini Stitcher, stitch this, and I really liked it. This one is called Blackbird from their Magical Mystery Tour. And it's just a nice classic size chart. It's really pretty design, monochromatic. It's 75 wide by 87 high. And the called for is a 30 count. I will probably stitch it. I don't know. I might do this on a 36 count, or I don't know. I'll have to see. But I'll probably put that on one of those neutrals, but I haven't decided what colorway I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know if I want to do it in the darker black brown color. And then this is a piece that I had my eye on for a little while. I have not stitched a Bella Filipina chart before, and I'm not into stitching people so much, but I am, I love me some Bird of Paradise. So I got this one, and I think it's gorgeous. And I'm going to stitch this on 28 count Monaco 1/1. And well, actually, even depending, I may do 2/110 for this. We'll see. It's 161 by 225. And I think that is going to be gorgeous. But it won't be that big if I stitch 28 count over 1. I want to say it comes out like 6 by 8. So it'll be easy to frame. And I think it'll look fantastic. So, and this is charted completely in DMC. So again, look at all the green. I'm hoping I have most of them because of my other Bird of Paradise. But if it's typical DMC fashion, right, you'll have everything but the one color you need. And there'll be a gap. So we shall see. But yes, that's about all I have. And I'm excited to, like I said, kind of put some focus back on full coverage for a little bit. I definitely am going to pick up some items from Expo. I haven't pre-ordered anything yet, but I'm interested to go shopping. I am planning on, I think, doing the 12 days of Christmas stitching again, which was a challenge from Black Needle Society. I definitely want to pick up some of the Prairie Schooler Santas, which are pretty much that, and my Christmas list are the only things I didn't finish from last year. So I want to get back to those in December, but trying to keep my eye out on where I want to go for Christmas. I do have 2 Christmas boxes coming, and I do have 2 Halloween boxes coming. Which reminds me, actually, I forgot a bit of haul. Sorry. I bought the Forbidden Fiber Co. Coniferous box. And it's not really a box, I should say. It's a kit. It was a mystery kit. So I guess if you do not want to be spoiled, they don't have it posted on their site. They just have it posted as a mystery chart. So if you want to be surprised, I guess I'll say goodbye to you. See you in the next video. But I didn't do a full unboxing because it's basically a bag, a needle minder, and a kit, like a chart and floss. So let me show that really quick. So this is a nice bag. This kind of, it's like a woven cloth. It reminds me of like the 31 zipper pouches ish kind of bag. And they have kind of the pressed on pine cones with a red shimmery metallic star. Cute little zipper pull bob on there as well. A yellow Christmas tree, like a golden Christmas tree. So the fabric, I'm going to show you everything I got, and then I'll give some thoughts on the kit. So the fabric I got is a 36 count linen in the colorway Spearmint, and it's a 1/4 yard. And this is going to get totally blown out. No, the sun is going to, natural light, it's a blessing and a curse. So it's a spearmint green. It's got kind of like it's like a light green pastel, but it's definitely very mottled, and yeah, it's totally disappearing. That's okay. Um, and it's just a faint green. It's kind of like a winter green gum color. Maybe I can say it that way. Um, it's very beautiful, and it seems like a nice piece of fabric, and it actually smells good. That sounds weird. Doesn't smell like spearmint, but yeah, so that was a choice in the kit. You could either get 36 count linen or Ada, although I believe the Ada is sold out unless they restock. We also got a needle minder. This is a little pine cone with like an enamel sticker, epoxy sticker on top, kind of. I don't know. There seems to be like a thumbprint in the middle of mine. You guys can kind of see there where it's darker. It's weird. And then the back is just a little magnetic button. So it's very lightweight, super lightweight, um, but cute. And then the floss. So, okay, I got the Mandalorian kit from Forbidden Fiber Co. And it was pretty good. I loved the stuff we got with it, and I loved the floss that we got, and the slight variegations and the Forbidden Fiber colors were fantastic. Um, these are nice, but to me, these read more like they could be a DMC color. Like it's not, I want to say it's not special, but it's not like special. Like they're not variegated. There's no one of a kind. Um, the chart also lists DMC, and the DMC colors are actually like pretty much like dead nuts on. So if they do release this chart separately and you really like it, you probably could do this one in DMC. But nevertheless, um, these are the colorway. So color wise, this is um, Midas Touch. There's lemon curd. You get 2 of pickle, 2 of ladybug, and 1 of Christmas ivy. So again, I mean, they're great colors, and I would probably swap these in for DMC on other patterns I have because they really match really well. And of course, their fibers just feel nice, and it is a nicer floss than like a standard DMC, but I don't know. So, and that with the fabric is, I mean, it's a nice floss toss. I really like the way it looks. The pattern, again, look away if you don't want to be surprised, is it's, as Michelle would say, it's a big girl. It's 315 wide by 84 high, so pretty long. And I should say the quarter yard that I got is like a long quarter. It's not a fat quarter yard because the piece is so long. So um, this is the pattern. It's cute. It's definitely cute. I expected with the image on the website being all like pine cones with snow and the name of the kit, I expected it to be more like winter Christmas, like pine cones and snow stuff. I was not expecting kind of more like black trees. It's very cute. And I could even see making these trees as little smalls as well. Um, little ornaments, or and you could just do the border just around the tree and have that be its standalone small. So there's a lot you could do with this pattern, and I like it. It just wasn't what I was expecting. And I feel like compared to what I expected with the Mandalorian and what we got, it matched better. Where this, I feel like, was the description wasn't as accurate to what you got. But it's mystery, and that's the risk you take when you buy a mystery kit. So um, I felt kind of about the whole thing, and I was going back and forth. And then, of course, Friday, Forbidden Fiber Co. updated their website, and they released a Hunger Games pattern bag, floss fabric kit, then of course I had to have that. But I know what I'm getting because I bought it. But yeah, so I don't have that one yet, obviously. So if you go to their website, you can see it. But I'm a huge Hunger Games fan. Um, I think if anything this pandemic taught me was it for sure sealed the deal that within the first 30 seconds of the Hunger Games, I would be out. I would be gone out. But that's okay. Uh, the um, the color, it's primrose is the fabric, and the floss is actually modeled after their yarn colorways that they had, I believe, already released. And then the pattern has the three logos from the books with the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. So it's really, really cool. And then I guess they dyed their own project bags, uh, and they were playing around with that. So I got one of those as well. And because who doesn't need a Hunger Games project bag? Anyway, all right, that's it. For real this time. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone's staying safe. I know numbers are up all over the US. Kids going back to school, mask optional, stress is high. Um, all I can do is pray for the school year, pray for the kids going back, pray that they have some normalcy, pray that they get to see their friends in person. We didn't do a whole lot of play dates over the summer, just because a lot of the kids that my friends are friends with were up north in their cabins or other places. So it's good for them all to be together in person, but this mama bear stress is high, a little anxiety. So take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health, take care of your pets, take care of your kids, check on people who around you may not be having such a good go with this, even the people who people think are strong. I would say a lot of people probably think I have no issues with this stuff, and I do. So don't be hesitant to reach out to people who always appear happy or always appear okay on the outside. So I guess that being said is your PSA for the day. And yeah, so I guess let me know what's your favorite thing from Expo. I'm still shopping around, so I've seen a couple things that have caught my eye, but if you have looked around and found something that's your favorite from Expo, let me know. If you have any questions about my whips, let me know and just take care. And we'll talk soon. I'll probably try and come back in a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, as we roll into September here and get things going with the fall and be able to give an update on my 100-hour progress. So don't forget to come back and check out that link too. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.